The top story at this hour is cricket. What a chaotic start to India's white ball tour down under. The first ODI against Australia at Optus Stadium in Perth has been a rain-soaked roller coaster, with the hosts' pace battery reducing the visitors to 52 for 4 in just 16.4 overs of a now truncated 32-over-a-side contest. Australia captain Mitchell Marsh decision to bowl first under gloomy skies has been vindicated spectacularly, as Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood exploited the bouncy pitch to devastating effect. It all began disastrously for India. Rohit Sharma, marking his 500th international appearance, fell for a mere 8, edging Hazlewood to Matt Renshaw at a slip in the 4th over. Skipper Shubman Gill, on debut as ODI captain, followed soon after for 10, trapped in a plum LBW by Nathan Ellis's in-swinger. Then came the gut punch. Virat Kohli, playing his first ODI since leading India to Champions Trophy glory earlier this year, was strangled down the leg side of Starc for a golden duck, his first in Australia across formats. Now it's down to the resilient duo of KL Rahul on 3 and Akshar Patel, unbeaten on 14, to stitch a recovery. But persistent drizzle has interrupted play for the 4th time today, forcing another frustrating huddle under the covers. Australia's seamers have been relentless. Starc with 1 for 12, Hazlewood economical at 1 for 14, and Ellis striking twice for just 5 runs, while their spin option Mac Newman looks ready to exploit any dampening. Joining me on the broadcast is Thos Rizvi, sports journalist. Thank you for joining us, Thos. We are seeing a disappointing start to the entire series by India, and it is very reminiscent of the challenges in similar conditions that India has been facing against Australian pacers. Don't you think so?
Exactly. Thanks for having me here on this show, on your show. First of all, yeah, definitely disappointing start, 55 for 4 rather, I would say, and the match has been reduced to 26 overs from 32 overs. I mean, it has been a rain truncated match. Unfortunately, we have lost 4 wickets, and it's still these guys are still trying to recover from the shock of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, and captain Shubman Gill. Disappointing considering this was after 4 months. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma were supposed to come back, and we were expecting that there would be firecrackers, or rather explosive batting from the from the two hungry guys. But unfortunately, the way they got out, definitely they'll be so disappointed with their failure, obviously. But you know what? You're playing in Australia, you're playing in Perth, you're playing in conditions which are alien to the Indian cricketers. I mean, considering we have been playing in batting friendly conditions, beating mortal West Indies. I mean, teams that have been very demoralized, coming back from the back-to-back test wins. And then you have been playing in Asia wickets where they were spin friendly in Asia Cup, and we had easy, with all due respect, we had easier opponents. But when it comes to Australia, playing in Australia, it's not that easy. So some way or the other, you need some time. And this was like we landed a couple of 2-3 days back, and then you are into the middle. No practice matches. So yeah, disappointing start. But again, we still have 2 matches to go.
We do have still 2 matches to go. However, we also want to look at the middle order, which is currently handling, after the top order failed to provide some support. We'll also look at Nitish Kumar Reddy, who will be in fact coming in the middle order somewhere. Do you expect great things from him since he's making his ODI debut?
We don't have the Indian team doesn't have much time. It's a 26 over game, and if the whole responsibility is now on KL Rahul and Akshar Patel, and Akshar Patel has been quite decent, although in this rain interrupted match he's been quite a guy who's stuck around. But again, if there is another wicket, it will be unfortunate for Team India, which has been recovering from a top order collapse. Again, Nitish is definitely a very good batsman, somebody who's compact, solid. He can play. He's got 100 in Test cricket in Australia, so he'll be coming up. He'll be coming up with a lot of confidence in this particular Test match. But then again, you're facing Australians in Australia. It's not that easy. It's more mental than technical kind of a game. You have to be quite strong when you're playing against Australia, and Aussies have been very dangerous since morning. And rain has helped them a lot, considering it is swinging. The ball is bouncing a lot. It's going to be quite a challenge for Nitish Kumar Reddy, but it's still 26 overs game. I'm still expecting a good fight back from Team India, but let's see how it pans out.
I'll ask you to please stay on with us. We also have Sunil Yash Kalra, the cricket scholar, joining us on the broadcast. Sunil, I want to understand, how are you looking at this now that it's been reduced to 26 overs per side? And what should India's strategy now be going forward, since we are seeing that it's very dismal, the performance?
Well, the shorter the game, the better for India. I can tell you this rains can be really painful, considering that I'm in Colombo until last night. We had a very dejected New Zealand side who was completely out of their sockets when they were playing against India. At that point of time, they were playing against Pakistan, New Zealand side. And I mean, they seem to have lost it. Now, coming back to it, shorter the game, better it is for a weaker team. And in today's context, India is the weaker team. You look at the performance. When I look at the stats, this is as worse as performance as the 2019 semi-final cup between India, semi-final World Cup match between India and New Zealand, which continued for 2 days because of the rains, and India lost very badly. At one position, India would look very strong. Now, India had lost under 30 runs, 3 wickets then. I'm talking about 2019. And you had the same Rohit Sharma, you had the same Virat Kohli, and KL Rahul was the only exception as compared to Gill this time. But it is quite painful. It is very painful for a fan. It is very painful for historians to note down on things. And the shorter the game, the better it is. Yes.
Right. I will also want to understand how Taos is actually looking at the game now. What do you think India should do going forward?
Considering we have to stick around here, 26 overs is still quite decent compared to what it might have been a 20 over. You have extra 6 overs to go out there. So this team, this particular pair of Akshar Patel and KL Rahul will have to stick around. Then you have another batsman, to come in, Nitish Kumar Reddy, who can bang around. Washington Sundar, Harshit Rana can use his long handle bat. So somewhere or the other, 150 plus is a good total to look at, because this is Australia. They are going to get fiery starts. They know how the wickets are going to behave. They are used to it. They have been playing Sheffield Shield. They have been playing their own domestic cricket tournament. So it's not new to them. They are used to it. While for us, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge, considering we'll have to put a decent total. And the interesting part is they have Harshit Rana in this squad. I mean, he has been criticized a lot off late by a lot of Indian cricket fans for being favorite of Gautam Gambhir. But then again, he's a tall guy. He can bounce. He's played in Perth last time, and he was quite dangerous. I hope he's as effective as he was in Test matches in this particular ODI. It's going to be a different format, 26 overs. But then again, you have to look at like 150 plus total, or maybe even try to go for 170. It's difficult, but somewhere or the other you have to put up a winning total, because you have less number of matches. It's just 3 one-days followed by 5 20-20 matches. So I think it's quite a tough game right now. 4 wickets gone is quite big, considering you have lost some of the biggest batsmen in your team. But again, these challenges will keep coming. It's cricket at the end of the day. So you have to, you should know how to recover from it. And this team knows how to recover. 160 plus is going to be still a safe total. I wouldn't say a winning, but still a safe and a challenging total to give to Australia.
Mr. Kalra, like you've already mentioned, India does seem to be the weaker side in this, challenge going forward. Do you think it will be better if it's a washout, since, the rains do not seem to be relenting? And if not, how much effort will the Indian pacers have to put in?
Well, we certainly have an Indian fan in the studios, music studios right now, asking me this question. Yes, all the fans really want it to be washed out, because we've seen, we don't want it to be recorded in the history books as the comeback king, as we wanted to call him, has suddenly disappeared, evaporated from the scene. However, having said that, I think even the low-scoring matches, I was looking at the records right now, since 9:43, there have been 8 instances where it has started, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So when you have a situation like this, it can go either ways. Now, in the heart of the heart, even Tosh Rizvi would say that Harshit Rana is not your quick firearm bowler who you can go to war with in the World Cup. Yes, he's got the build, he's got the strength, stamina, and the favorability factor going his way. But you need someone really quick, someone who can just blaze the wickets away. Because here the spin may not come into force at that point of time. In fact, if I remember correctly, this is the same place where Sachin Tendulkar got his initial first tour 100, big 100 here, including Ravi Shastri also at some stage has got a 200. But coming back, having said that, this Australian team has got a mindset of its own. This Australian team has got a tag of the champions, the winners. Of course, they are the World Cup winners in the 50-over format. And you're taking the World Cup champions in their home. What problem India did was, and I'd like to highlight and get Toss's view on this as well, before a tournament, you go in for a match practice. What these guys did, they went in for a net practice. 50 overs game is completely different from a 20-over game. Thankfully, we are the kings in 20 overs. I think 26 over will not be too much of a bother for us. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much, Sunil, Yash Kalra and Tosh Rizvi, for joining us on this broadcast as we keep tracking India's performance in Perth.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.